now. It's also sentencing day for the man behind what police are calling the largest child porn bust in the state history.
Yes, we're talking about William David Huntley. He will be in court later this morning. And Nick, he is a former substitute teacher as well. What lies ahead for him today?
In the Monroe Public Schools, which was very frightening for many. What lies ahead is the sentencing. Depending on what the judge says, he could spend almost 2 decades in prison. And you said the largest child porn bust, they found 3 million images on his computer.
Did you touch any kids in the classroom?
Never.
The first and really last time we've seen David William Huntley was back in March of 2015. Since then, the case has been moved to federal court where cameras are not allowed inside. The 52-year-old was charged with possessing a massive library of child pornography in his Monroe home, 3 million images, the largest seizure in Michigan history. Huntley worked as a substitute teacher at 18 different Monroe area schools from March of 2000 to August of 2003. Investigators say Huntley also admits to having sexual contact with numerous children spanning decades, but there are no reports of him touching or trying to touch students in school. Police also say they don't believe he has harmed any children in the classroom. Instead, they suspect he may have assaulted children in public places. Today's sentencing comes after Huntley took a plea deal with federal prosecutors. How long he'll spend in prison will be up to the judge. Prosecutors are asking for 20 years. His defense attorney is asking for 5 years with credit for time served. And as part of the sentencing guidelines, it says that he has to admit or has admitted to multiple sexual assaults on minors. Now, again, the sentencing is happening here at the federal courthouse. It starts at 9 a.m. We will have a reporter inside to let you know what happens. We're live here downtown. Nick Monacelli, Local 4 News today.
And Nick, I want to understand more about how long he could spend in prison. Seems like there's a pretty wide gap, 5 to 20 years.
Yeah, well, so it could go up to 20 years or even more depending on what the judge says, but the federal prosecutors are asking for 20 years based on some history. They're also asking for $10,000 in restitution. Obviously, the defense attorney asking for much lower than that, for 5 years, but that guideline window is what the judge can use, but because based on history, again, that's why the prosecutor is asking for so much.
We'll wait and see what happens. Story we'll definitely be following. Nick, thank you.